Will you look at that? It looks like we're about to make a trip down to North Carolina. Good morning, guys. It is currently 7:22 and we are on our way to go pick up a IBM Thinkpad 365XD. So I bought this off GovDeals for 55 bucks, and I found this interesting because I was surprised that this organization had this laptop from 1997 still laying around. Usually you don't see that. Actually, you almost never see that in these auctions. This caught my eye. And it wasn't a good deal. 55 bucks for this isn't a good deal, especially since they didn't show any pictures of it powered on. For all I know, I could get there and it might not even work. We'll find that out when I get home and actually try to test it out. So we have a 100-mile journey ahead of us, 100 miles back to my house, 2 hours both ways, so 4 hours total. And hopefully it's worth it. Hopefully this laptop actually works. So the car is all gassed up. I went and got gas last night. Got a cup of coffee right here. So I will see you guys when we get there. Now in the past, I've picked up a couple other auctions from around the same area, and every time I've had to come down here, I absolutely loved the drive. The roads are usually wide open with very few people on them. Sprawling farmland dominates the visuals, and the speed limits are set pretty high. It's 70 in a lot of places, which makes it fun to drive down here. Now, I know I drive a Prius, so how could it be fun to drive down? I mean, but I really do like driving. And even though the Prius, isn't the funnest car in the world to drive, it's still fun to put your foot down and watch it struggle a little bit to get up to 70 miles per hour. There is one thing I don't necessarily like about the roads down here, and that is some of them are only 2 lanes. So you do get stuck behind a truck every once in a while. It only happened once during this journey down, so besides that, everything else was smooth sailing. Welcome to the small town of Plymouth, North Carolina. That is their police department over there. And then there's like a little town hall behind me. And then the county management building, which is where I'm assuming the laptop is. Usually these laptops or computers I pick up are in warehouses. This town is so small that it looks like it's just going to be in that building. So I'm going to go in there, see if I can grab it, and then come back into the car with it. Well, that took about 20 minutes. I'm a little bit behind schedule now, so I'm going to make this quick so I can go ahead and start driving back. Because I still have school today, and I need to make it to school after I drop this thing off. So, as you guys can see, this is in it actually is in perfect condition. This looks beautiful. There is not a piece of cracked plastic on this laptop. Now, I need 2 hands to open it up, so I'm going to cut here. Now, the keyboard is a bit worn down, but besides that, everything else is in incredible condition with this 365XD, and I can't wait to get home and see if this thing will boot. We are back, and now it's the moment of truth, because we are going to see if this IBM 365XD will actually boot, and I really hope it does, because I went through a lot of effort and paid quite a bit to rescue this laptop. Now, it did not come with a power supply. However, I do have a OEM IBM 35-watt power adapter that I stole from my IBM 380ED, which is laying over there. So we are going to be using this for testing, but before we do boot this machine up, I just want to admire the cosmetic condition of this laptop, because it is nearly perfect. The worst thing about this machine is the keyboard. As you guys can see, the keyboard is a little bit shiny / reflective, and that does indicate quite a bit of wear on the keyboard, but all the keys feel like they work, and it actually feels really, really good. I love the feel and the sound of this keyboard. Everything else in absolute pristine condition. Well, cosmetically, we don't know if this thing actually works yet. Plastic is in beautiful condition. There is not a crack or major scratch on this machine. On the bottom, there's a little bit of wear. It looks like it slid around on a desk a little bit, but that's really it. On the back, you can see that the panel for all the I/O is intact. The panel for the card slots is also intact, and we have a modem in here. I can go ahead and pop out if you guys want to take a closer look at that right there. So there's the PC card modem that I just yanked out of the machine. The bottom risers, the plastic risers for this machine are intact. So these just fold out like so. And you can prop the machine up at an angle, like that. Beautiful. It does have a CD-ROM drive. Not sure if that works. We're about to find out. The latches, perfect. Hinges, perfect. The lid feels great when you open it up. And the power button feels nice and solid. I mean, it does not feel like this laptop was in use for that long before they took it out of service and stuck it in the closet. This is a beautiful machine, and that is a bit of a concern. Because why? Why did they take it out of service? Why does it look this good? You know, it is a little bit suspicious. So I'm really anxious now to actually boot this up and see if it works. I am going to do this live on camera because if this thing goes boom, at least we'll have some interesting footage, right? So I'm going to plug it in. The power adapter is plugged into the wall right now, and I do know that this power adapter works. I have verified that with the 380ED. Okay. Power lights are on. I heard the CD-ROM drive cycle there for a minute. Let me move it closer to you guys so you can get a better look. Come on. Are you going to get any sort of display? No? Come on. Alright, so I've been waiting here for about 30 seconds and nothing has happened. Definitely not a good sign. I'm thinking the backlight might be dead, so what I'm going to do is grab a VGA cable and hook it up to an external monitor to see if that does anything. Yeah, it was too good to be true, right? So I hooked up the VGA cable to an external monitor, getting nothing out of that, so I don't think it has anything to do with the system's backlight. I just think something's wrong. I'm going to try to replace, or not replace, I'm going to try to reseat the RAM and the CPU and see if that does anything. So this is actually good for you guys, because now we're going to take a look inside this thing to get access to those two parts. So it's time to break out the hardware maintenance manual, because I'm not really sure how to service this machine and get down to business. The first thing I'm going to try is pulling the backup battery out. So we got to get under the hood here, and quite literally too, as you guys will see in just a second. So I'm going to open the lid. And to access everything inside, almost everything inside this laptop, all you have to do is lift this sort of keyboard assembly up and out like a car hood. So there's two latches, one on this side of the laptop right here, and another on the right side of the laptop right here. They're the same latches you use to open the lid. So what I'm going to do is pull both of those latches back and push up on the keyboard assembly. And look at that. Opens up just like a car hood, and you can see this beautiful ThinkPad cover on top of all of the hardware. This looks really cool. I'm going to pop you guys off the tripod so you can get a closer look at that, because this is the first time I've ever seen anything like this inside a ThinkPad, because I usually don't work on ThinkPads this old. This is a little bit old for me. I usually stick with things above the 400 series. And check it out. That is just really neat. So the backup battery is right under here, and I feel bad lifting this up, but the backup battery is right under here. I gotta lift it up in order to access it, so it's right there, that little coin cell right there. So I'm gonna pull that out, pop it back in, and see if that changes anything. I took out the backup battery, and I reseated the RAM, which is right under here, and that did not change anything. By the way, the system does still have the hard drive in it. You're looking at it right now. This right here, under that shielding, that's the hard drive. So the last thing I'm going to try, because I'm running out of time here, I don't have that much time to mess with this laptop, because if this doesn't work, I'm just going to call it and say that it's dead, unfortunately, because it's going to be a pain to pull the CPU out and reseat it, and that's what I'm going to do. So according to the hardware maintenance manual, in order to do that, I have to remove the screen assembly first. So the screen is coming off, and then we can gain access to the CPU, which is down here somewhere. There we go. The CPU card and system board. That's what we need to take out and take a quick look at. One hellish nightmare later, and I'm pretty sure the board is just cooked, because nothing I have tried has done anything to this laptop. So I have it kind of back together right now, and no dice. It doesn't have the LED board indicator in, but I did turn it on, and we're still not getting anything after reseating everything, completely disassembling the laptop. So yeah, this is really disappointing, unfortunately. I don't really know, what else to do. It's dead. Now, while we do have the guts of this laptop scattered around everywhere, let's take a look at some of the system components, and I do plan on reassembling this because I'm still going to put it up on eBay. It's still a decent parts machine. The case is in good condition. I did break a couple plastic clips because that's just how it is when working on these laptops, so I got to epoxy those back on. But yeah, the case is in really good condition. Board appears to be dead. I did want to sell this as a working machine for the same price I bought it for to someone who actually wanted a 365 XD. This was a rescue mission. I wasn't looking to make a profit, but now it looks like I'm going to take a loss because there's no way I'm going to be able to list this on eBay for what I sold it for, since it's, at this point, it's really just a parts machine. If any of you guys are interested in checking this thing out, I usually don't do this, but since this is like a rescue video, I'll put the link to the eBay listing to this laptop in the description. Now, I got the hard drive right here. We got a IBM 1 gigabyte hard drive. You can see the 1080 megabyte marking right there in the middle. This is the LED. Oh man, I have the screws on top of here, but this is the LED indicator light board right here. What else do we have? This is the keyboard board right here. So this is where all the keyboard ribbon connectors connect to. You can see our monitor disassembled right here, and I'll shift the focus point so you guys can actually get a better look inside. So CPU was right here. We have 16 megabytes of RAM. There's also some RAM built into the board. I'm not sure the number off the top of my head. Speaker right here, volume adjustment. I have the CD drive out on our right. And I mean, that's really it. The rest of it is just one big board for the most part. So now it's time to break out the epoxy, fix those plastic pieces that didn't quite make it through the disassembly process, and toss this thing back together and call it a day. And it's really unfortunate, but that stuff happens. That's how it is when buying from auctions. This stuff doesn't always work. Now, it's really unfortunate that this machine doesn't work. It was still really cool to take a look at the 365 XD, and if you want to take a closer look at this machine, I will have HD images up on the website. Link will be down in the description. And no, I don't think the seller was trying to rip us off. I don't think they were trying to scam anyone. I mean, this machine has probably been in storage for over 10 years. Anything could have happened in storage. It probably did work when they took it out of service. And, maybe someone dropped it, it fell off a shelf, anything could have happened, and it broke. And it appears to be a board issue because everything I tried, I mean, I'm not an expert, I am no expert on these machines, but everything I tried as far as general troubleshooting is concerned didn't seem to solve the issue. So once again, I will be listing this on eBay as a parts machine. It is in very good cosmetic condition, so if you need cosmetic parts for 365 XD, this will be up there, and I'm probably just going to put it up there for 50 bucks. Best offer. You make me an offer for something a little bit lower. It's gone. It's yours. Now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to share it to relevant sites, subreddits, Facebook pages, etc., etc. A lot of people don't realize that I can't do that myself. If I just start taking my content and posting it all over a subreddit, that's just spam at that point. But if a user does it, if a user genuinely finds my content interesting and wants to share it because they like it, that's just normal user engagement. So if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to share it. Don't forget to drop a like on this video. If you didn't like this video, please tell me why. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, go ahead and drop a comment down in the comments section. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next installment of A Computers and Technology. Alright, so one more thing for the people that actually stayed. The next video, or the next video or two, might be a little weird. We might be doing something differently. I'm thinking about buying a new car. I'm looking at Crown Victorias. I love my Prius. I really do love my Prius. The gas mileage is amazing. It's super reliable. But yeah, I just want something a little bit more fun to drive every day. You could get a used P71 off, like GovDeals or some of our auction site for, well, depending on the year, between $2,500 and $3,000 down where I live. In some other areas it's cheaper, and if you use some other sites or go for an older model like something like 2004, 2005, it's even cheaper at that point. But I am thinking about buying a new car, and I might work that into this channel just for a video or two. I'm not going to, just change the channel's content to car stuff. But yeah, expect that in the next week or two if I do decide to do it. Or it might take longer. I might get sidetracked. So I'll stop rambling now. I'll let you guys go. Thanks again for watching. Thanks again for staying. And I will see you in the next installment of A Computers and Technology, which may or may not involve a Crown Victoria.